Good morning, Year 6. It's Mr. Nicholson here for your daily English lesson. I'd like you to pause the video here, please, and write the title and date into your English books, please. So today is Tuesday, the 2nd of February, and this is our second and final lesson, learning all about antonyms and synonyms, which we started yesterday. So pause the video here, write that in, and then come back when you're ready to start. Okay, welcome back. So we'll start off, as we always do, with a little bit of total recall. So your total recall today is to tidy your bedroom. Okay, I've put some questions here that I want you to really think about, because sometimes with total recalls, it's things that we might have not done for quite a while. So, has everything been put away? Have you decluttered the floor? Are your clothes neatly folded? Are all the surfaces clear and polished? If the answer to any of those questions are no, then I suggest that you go up to your bedrooms now for 5 to 10 minutes. Just make sure that you can answer yes to all those questions. Have a really nice tidy of your rooms. Maybe get a polish cloth and some polish from mum or dad. And I think they would really appreciate it actually if you just went and tidied your room. And if your bedroom is perfectly tidy and absolutely immaculate condition already, then well done to you. You don't have to pause the video. You can just carry straight on with the lesson. But I'm imagining for some of you, you're going to pause the video here and you're going to go and tidy your bedrooms, make it absolutely perfect, and then come back to the video when you're ready. For some of you, I might see you in about 5 hours. Okay, come back when you're ready. Okay, I hope you've done a really good job of today's total recall. So yesterday we had a look at synonyms and antonyms. I wonder if you can remember what a synonym or an antonym is. Have a little think. That's right. A synonym is a word that has a similar meaning to another word, whereas an antonym is a word that has the opposite meaning to another word. Let's have a look at some of these questions together today. You can have a quick go in your English books, and then I can show the answers, and you can tick or cross them to show your teachers how you're getting on. So the first question says, which verb is a synonym of the word produce? So think about what you're doing if you produce something. Which of these 4 words has a similar meaning to the word produce? I'd like you to write, you could put question 1 for this one, and I want you to make a choice of one of these and write it into your English books. Okay, I hope you paused the video because I'm going to put the answer in now. Please make sure you are trying these before I show the answers every time. You know, it's always good to challenge yourself. So, if you produce something, you make something. So the word produce is a synonym for make. So hopefully that's the one that you chose for question 1. Okay, let's have a look at the next question now. So we can call this question number 2. And obviously you haven't got these words on the screen, so you can't circle the 2 words that are antonyms. So what I would like you to do is pause the video and write those words into your English books, and then see if you can spot a pair of opposite words. And when you've spotted them, I want you to circle them, or if you want to, you can underline them or highlight them. So it says, what looked like a worthless collection of rusty metal turned out to include ancient coins and valuable jewellery. Okay, now I'll give you a bit of a clue here. You might be looking for adjectives, 2 adjectives that have an opposite meaning. So write that into your books, see if you can find the pair of opposite words, and then come back to see the solution. Right, welcome back, Year 6. So I'm looking for 2 words that are antonyms. I'm looking for 2 words that have an opposite meaning. And I'm going to choose the word worthless. And I'm going to choose the word valuable. Because the word valuable means something is worth a lot of money, whereas the word worthless means something is worth no money. So they are opposite in meaning. So those are the 2 words that we should have circled for question 2. Okay, let's move on and have a look at another one now. We can call this one question 3. Which one prefix can be added to all 3 words below to make their antonyms? Write the prefix in the box. So you could write the prefix in your English book. A prefix goes at the beginning of a word. So what could you put in front of secure? What could you put in front of active? And what could you put in front of complete to create an antonym, to create an opposite? And you can only choose one. So it has to be the same prefix each time. You can't put a different one for the 3 words. You've got to choose the same one. Have a little think about that. Try and think about what the opposite of secure is, the opposite of active, and the opposite of complete. And then do that in your English book. Oh, this is a tricky one. We talked a lot yesterday about using thesauruses to help you. Thesauruses with synonyms, but they often give an antonym as well. So if you have a thesaurus on hand, you may have been able to look at that. And it would have told you that the opposite of secure is insecure. The opposite of active is inactive. And the opposite of complete is incomplete. So the prefix that could go at the beginning of all 3 of these words would be the prefix in. Well done if you got that correct. Okay, let's have a look at number 4 now. This is a bit like the one we did earlier where we had to find 2 antonyms. But this time I want you to write these sentences into your English book and try and find 2 words that are synonyms in the passage below. 2 words that have similar meanings. The cafe serves delicious snacks and cakes until noon. After midday you can also order hot lunches, sandwiches or soup. Write that one into your English book and see if you can find the pair of words that have the similar meaning. Find the 2 synonyms. Good luck and come back to the video when you've done that. Okay, let's have a look. This is quite a tricky one actually. I mean, one way you could do it is you could go through the words and say, well, is there a synonym for cafe? No, I don't think so. Is there a synonym for delicious? No, I don't think so. The word that does have a synonym is the word noon, because noon means 12 o'clock. And there's another word in here that also means 12 o'clock. Can you see it now if you didn't before? That's right, it's the word midday. These 2 words are synonyms because they have similar meanings and they both mean 12 o'clock. So well done if you circled noon and midday. Okay, question 5. Write one word that is an antonym of fierce. I'm not going to tell you again what an antonym is because I think you should know by now. Can you think of a word that could be an antonym for fierce? If you can, write it into your English book. Okay, this is a tricky one. An online thesaurus might help you again if you couldn't think of one straight away, but I'm thinking of a creature that's fierce. And I'm thinking of something and how I could describe something if it was the opposite to that. And I would probably use a word like gentle. Gentle is the complete opposite to fierce. So if you're described as being gentle, that's the complete opposite to being described as fierce. So I would go for gentle for this one. Of course, for those of you that are resourceful, you could always use an online thesaurus. So here I've looked up fierce, and here's the word gentle, which is the one I chose, and it's also given me another 2 as well. So we've got the word tame and the word mild as well. So well done if you've got any of those words. And if you've got another word that's similar to gentle, tame or mild, just show that one with a photo to your teacher later on today. Okay. Number 6. Make sure you're writing these numbers clearly in your English book so your teacher can see which question matches which. Draw a line to match each word to its correct antonym. So I want you to write these 4 words down the left of your page, and write these 4 words down the right side of your page. And then I want you to match the words up when you spot the opposites. And they're very tricky. So, if you're going to be resourceful for this question, you could look some of these words up in a dictionary, a thesaurus, or online. Okay? Try your best to do that before you come back and see the answers, and I'll speak to you again in a minute. Okay, The word meandering is a word I know because the word meandering describes a river that twists and turns. So if a river that twists and turns is a meandering river, that would be the opposite to a straight river. Okay, if something's plausible, it means it's possible, or it could be true. So this would be the opposite to unbelievable, because if it's unbelievable, then it's not possible and it can't be true. If you are sympathetic, it means you feel sorry for someone, so that would be the opposite to unfeeling. And what I often do with these sorts of activities is I try and do three, and then even if I'm not sure what the word evade means, now I know that it's the opposite to confront. So if you confront someone, you go up to them, whereas if you evade someone, you move away from them. Well done if you got that right. That was very difficult. That was a proper tough Year 6 question, I think. Okay. We didn't do one of these yesterday, but we've been doing them over the last few weeks. And I've got to say, lots of the children in Godrevi are getting 9 or 10 out of 10 on these word class quizzes now. So I want you to write these 10 words into your English book, just as the last activity for today. And then next to these words, I want you to tell me which word class they would go into. So is the word an adjective, or an adverb, or a pronoun, or a preposition, or a determinant, or a verb, or a noun, or a relative pronoun? See how you get on, and I'll just finish the video in a few minutes' time by going through the answers to these. Okay, welcome back, Year 6. So let's just finish the lesson off. I'll just put the pen on here, and then I can go, I think I'll go backwards. I'll start off with number 10. So, the word roar, if something's roaring, it's a doing word, so that one is a verb. Her is a word that can be used to replace a noun, so the word her is a pronoun. We might do a lesson on pronouns later on in the week. Autumn is the name of a month, or it's the name of a person. It has a capital letter, which is a clue that it's a proper noun. If you're doing something now, it's telling me when you're doing something. And words that tell you when you do something are called adverbs. And if someone is being described as sly, it's a bit unkind, a bit sneaky. So that's the way you're describing them. So the word sly is an adjective. Okay. Number 5 can tell me where something is. If it's through something, it can tell us the position. So that one will be the preposition. The word so can be used to start a subordinating conjunction. So the word so, to start a subordinating clause. So that one is a conjunction. A child is a person, so that would be a noun. We're running out of word classes now, so it's getting a bit easier for me. An can go in front of a noun, for example, an apple, so that one would be a determiner. Nearly forgot for a minute then. Let's make that a little bit smaller. So yeah, definitely a determiner, along with words like a and the. And finally, the word that. This could start off a relative clause. The box that is orange sits on the desk. So words that start relative clauses are known as relative pronouns. I always think these are the trickiest ones, but hopefully you're getting used to them now. Can you just make sure that when you send your work in today that you show your teacher how you got on with that word class quiz, please, by putting your score out of 10 on the bottom of the page. Okay, I think we've finished the learning about synonyms and antonyms now, so there won't be an English lesson tomorrow because it's Wednesday and we do science on Wednesdays, but when we come back to Thursday's lesson, we'll have a look at another area of English. Okay, well done for taking part in today's lesson, everybody, and I'll speak to you soon. All the best, goodbye.